things off tonight by talking a little NBA. And, Josh, a couple weeks ago, we did our top 5 rivalries in sports, and you had Pistons, Cavs on it. I told you I didn't think it was going to be a rivalry yet. I've changed my tune since these past 2 games have occurred. I think that this is at least going to be the start of a potential new era, let's say, Cavs-Pistons rivalry.
Well, yeah, because we played each other in the playoffs 2006, the famous Eastern Conference Finals in 2007, and we played each other in 2009, and the Pistons were our first-round opponent in 2016, when we, of course, went on our magical championship run. Plus, with this version of Cavs Pistons, you have the added layer that J.B. Bickerstaff is the current Pistons head coach. And what team did he get fired from in order to become the Pistons head coach? Oh, wait. Let me think about that. Oh, wait. It was the Cleveland Cavaliers. So there you go. And what I love about this regular season series is, aside from the first game, the next 3 were all nail biters. Both teams won on the opposing team's home floor. They both were able to defend their home court against the other. So it feels like all the ingredients are there. Isaiah Stewart, of course, made his return from his suspension on Tuesday in Cleveland. I was at that game. I booed him when he came in. I, of course, also booed Cade Cunningham because he can be a bit of a diva. But yeah, Cavs Pistons, the rivalry is back.
I don't know about you guys. And Josh, I think I've told you this before. Jalen, I might have told you this. My general rule is I try not to pick opponents because it's sort of a be careful what you wish for type of scenario. But if I'm the Cavs, personally, I want to stay as the 4 seed because I want the Pistons in the second round. This is where me and you disagree, Josh. I don't even think it'd be close. I think the Cavs would win it in 5 games.
Oh, I'm right there I'm with you, Brandon. I'm right there. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm right there with you. I think it might even be a sweep because let's think about this. Let's who can guard James Harden for that extensive amount of time on that team. Yes, you have guys like Cade, and they are young and they are hungry. But if Darius Garland was still the point guard, I would say we'd go to 7. But with the addition of the man that is my profile picture, they call him Uno now. Is that what they call him?
I believe so, yeah.
Is that what they the strip? I call him the strip club king. James Harden. I think that's just firepower that you can't help if you're the Pistons, and we know as Cavs fans how bad JB can be in the playoffs. So there's another factor with that one.
I don't even look at it that way. I look at it like this. I don't think the Pistons have a second legitimate score. And
yeah, that was clearly on just not to cut you off, Brandon, but that was one of the biggest problems they had on Tuesday is the Cavs really bottled up Cade Cunningham defensively. All credit to Jalen Tyson, really, on that one, along with Keon Ellis, by the way. I know he ended up fouling out, but I was very impressed with Keon coming off the bench. Yes, he only had 7 points, but he was a factor defensively.
But that's not his job, Josh. His job isn't to score 15. It's to be that guy. It's to be that pest. It's to be the most annoying thorn in the side of teams, and that's what we were missing when we first made the playoffs, and I believe that was 2021 with JB. That's what we were missing last year. That's what we were missing on Christmas. We were missing the thorn in the side. These teams.
I was giving Keon Ellis credit for that.
Right, but I'm telling you, this is what sets us apart from everybody else in the East. We have Go ahead.
You know what's funny? I know, Josh, you were at the game, so you probably didn't hear this. I don't, Jalen, did you catch what Brad Doherty said on the broadcast Tuesday night when they're talking about Detroit? And he just all of a sudden, it's like in the middle of a dead ball, and he just goes,
Yeah.
He just goes, man, the Pistons really do complain to the refs a lot, don't they? He's like,
Yeah.
JV Bickerstaff never stops complaining, which was our old complaint when he was the coach. I've always said he coaches basketball like a football coach.
Yeah, he really does. He reminds me of like the basketball, like John Gruden. Like if you see how much passion John Gruden has about football, that's kind of what JB has about basketball, but it just like shoots him in the foot from time to time.
And I like this Pistons team. I like the fact they're going a little bit back to the bad boy Pistons and a little bit of that Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, mid 2000s. It sort of feels like. But
don't you dare forget about Chauncey Billups and
Chauncey Billups, who was
Rip Hamilton. Don't you dare
forget no one's not forgetting these guys, Josh. These guys are certified Hall of Famers.
Well, I don't know about Rip Hamilton being a certified Hall of Famer. I don't know. Everybody gets in the basketball.
Yeah, everybody gets in the basketball Hall of Fame.
So, but no, like if you were to tell me, because here's what I think, and we've all sort of had this discussion. I think the Knicks, Celtics, Cavs, Pistons are the four best teams in the East. I don't think seeds 5 through 8 are going to win a first round matchup. So if you're going to tell me the Cavs can either be the 2 or the 3 seed and play either the Knicks or the Celtics in the second round, or play Detroit, it's our first round matchup, maybe a little bit tougher against Toronto, maybe, but I would take that chance.
I don't want to see Boston. There is not a world where I want to see Boston. I'll tell you why.
Well, hold on, Jalen. We'll get to Boston in a second because we're going to talk about Tatum. Let's wrap up on Detroit.
But you touched on Toronto. That first round matchup with the Raptors, granted, our regular season series with them was prior to us trading for James Harden. I get it, but we got swept by the Raptors this season.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Now when James Harden is on the floor, that has no. Sorry for my phone going off. I'm getting alerts over here, but that has no factor in that. Darius Garland is 6'1". When he drives to the lane, he's getting hit with elbows and shoulders and kneecaps probably because he's just a little itty bitty guy. No disrespect to DG. He's a baller. He's a bucket getter. But he just didn't fit here. James Harden can put anybody on that team on the floor, on an island, go get a foul, go get a bucket.
Well, not only that, but this version of the Toronto Raptors have yet to go through the playoff gauntlet.
I know, but it's that first round matchup, it still scares me. It does.
All right,
I'm not going to lie.
Let's get to the big news in the NBA today, which was reportedly tomorrow. Jayson Tatum is going to make his season debut. And I know I've had conversations with both of you about, is this the right move for the Celtics because they are playing so well without Tatum? Are they going to disrupt some of that chemistry they've had of being the number 2 seed in the East, implementing Tatum back into the line?
No, but I'll tell you why it will fail. You want to go first, Josh? I'll let you have the floor.
Okay. Well, first of all, you know how much I love the Cavaliers-Celtics rivalry. I know a lot
of rivalry.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I will fight you on this
one. What is Boston? Boston lost to literally LeBron James by himself. It was LeBron James and plumbers.
We have played
Boston.
No.
Hold on. We have played Boston how many times?
6 times in the playoffs since 2008.
And how many have we lost?
It's tied 3-3.
Okay, hear me out. How many guys have been on that floor that can beat a Cavs team by themselves? Zero. Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, all those guys got literally dog walked by LeBron James. And this is me praising LeBron James. Brandon's probably like, what the hell's going on here?
I'm just sitting back laughing, letting you guys have at it. So go on.
There's no rivalry here,
Yes,
Josh.
it is. Yes,
It's
it is.
not.
Yes, it is. You
I
will not.
okay.
No,
I'll
Jalen,
break.
you are not convincing me
I'll
otherwise
break
on
the
this one.
tiebreaker here. I think the rivalry was in stages. So I
There we
think
go.
08 to 10 was a rivalry. I think 17, 18 was a rivalry.
Well, no,
I don't-
15 was a rivalry because Kelly
15
Olynyk
was the
yanked.
start of it, the first round,
Yeah.
15, 17, 18. I don't think 24 can be considered a rivalry yet unless these two have a classic series again.
Wait? So when prior to them beating us in 2024 in Game 3, do you know the last time Boston won a playoff game here in Cleveland? It's been a while because they didn't win a game in Cleveland in 2018.
It would have been maybe 2010. Did they win Game 1 in 2010?
Yeah, I think they did.
They won Game 2. But
Okay,
I think
Game 2.
was actually.
Wait, Josh, so you're not helping your own argument here. You're just back. No. You're just backtracking. That's what this is. This is literally just you saying yes, you are.
I am not.
Back to the topic in question at hand.
Yeah.
Jayson Tatum, Boston Celtics. Josh, you didn't have a chance to give your full answer, so go ahead.
Well, it definitely makes me excited about Sunday. Hopefully Donovan Mitchell will be back for round 3, even though Boston has already won the regular season series. I don't care. Because it's still a rivalry. I will fight you all day on that one, Jalen. But anyway.
You got my phone number.
But anyway, in terms of this, I keep going back to what you said to me last week on this show, Brandon, where Jayson Tatum is looking at how well the Celtics are playing without him around Jaylen Brown. And I hate this whole, is it Jason's team? Is it Jalen's team? Who's the Batman and who's the Robin? I hate that whole argument, but it does feel like that's part of this whole thing of like Jayson Tatum's like, I can't be forgotten.
Jason, I'm sorry to cut you off. Jayson Tatum is nervous. Jayson Tatum is shaking in his boots right now because he knows that Boston does not need him.
Boston needs him to win the title. I don't know if they need to get out of the East.
No, they don't need him to win a title. Are you kidding me? This is Jaylen Brown's team, and Jayson Tatum is not that guy. Jayson Tatum isn't an A+ player. He's a B+ player. Shout out Triple H, but he's a B+ player.
Actually, that was Brian Danielson who said that.
Triple H started it.
Triple H started that, but understand this. Understand me when I tell you that Jayson Tatum is nothing without Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown is the all-around better player, and I will die on that hill. And I've sat and listened to the show, and I've listened to Mr. Unger over here praise Jayson Tatum like he was the greatest thing we've ever seen. And I'm not here for that. There is no world where Jayson Tatum is the first option. He's not that guy.
See, again, this is why I hate this whole argument. Just in general, because yes, you are right that the Celtics have shown that they are good. They are a very solid team without Jayson Tatum. I will grant you that. I'm not disagreeing with you on that one, Jalen, by any stretch. But what I will say is when the two of them are together, they're a much stronger team. Look at
100%.
Look at what they did, en route to their championship. Yes, they caught some breaks along the way. I'll give you that. But still, would they have necessarily beaten Dallas so easily if Jayson Tatum wasn't there? I'm not so sure.
Okay, but like again, to flip that, okay, what if they don't make their 55 threes they take? Like, that's another factor. Sometimes it has nothing to do with who's on the floor. The way they play, they live and die by the three.
Yeah, that's the way that they won the championship a couple years ago. I'm going to suggest something that is not going to make you happy, Josh, because you said you were excited for Sunday's game. If I'm Boston, I don't play Tatum Sunday.
No, I don't either.
You know what? That's 100% fair. It is.
I say, you know what? You come back on Friday, you take a couple days off, because here's the worry. And, we have talked about this when it comes to should the NBA modify, how many threes people take or modify the 3-point line, is that the science is telling you that it is a lot harder in today's NBA to continue to race up and down the court, play defense at a high level. You look at all the young guys that have gone out, Tyrese Halliburton, Jayson Tatum, with these Achilles injuries, because their bodies are running up and down the court. They're running, 3 to 3 every possession so fast that I think you got to be really careful here. I mean, Kevin Durant, I know it's less time, obviously, than what Tatum went through, but Durant came back early from his Achilles injury and ended up rushing it.
I'm sorry.
Durant ruptured that Achilles in, I believe it was June of 2019. I don't think he came back till November of 2020, if my math is correct.
Yes, because he did that in either, I want to say it was either game 1 or game 2 against the Raptors.
It was game 5 that he officially ruptured it. He came back in game 5, had the awesome first quarter, and then down he went. That is my concern with Tatum, is, as we just talked about a little bit, is he rushing back? Because he does know, and Josh, you can say you don't like the argument or not, but this is the fact. The longer the Celtics would go in the playoffs without Jayson Tatum, the louder that conversation will become. And we've already seen the Celtics move off of Kristaps Porzingis, Alfred Simons, Al Horford, Drew Holiday to shed some cap. There have been conversations, we've talked about it over the last year and a half, of would the Celtics move off of one of Tatum or Brown to save money? That was the conversation before Tatum's Achilles injury even happened.
Let me ask you guys this. Maybe this isn't Boston saying he wants to play. I think this is all orchestrated by Tatum, and he's definitely not ready, and he's probably going to step on the court and he's going to pop his Achilles again. Why? Because he's to circle back. It's because he's scared. So what I'm asking you is, do you agree with me? Do you think that this is all Jayson Tatum wanting to come back, maybe just a little early? Because I've seen him in practice.
I do. I think that if you were to tell me in April or May he's coming back, I think that would be more of a Celtic decision. I think the fact he's coming back now, it seemingly came out of nowhere at the All-Star break, because a foregone conclusion was that he was going to be out the rest of the year. And then all of a sudden it's reported, oh, he's coming back Friday. Seems a little weird to me.
This reminds me of the analogy here of like Baker Mayfield. When Baker Mayfield hurt his shoulder and then he put the harness on and ended up playing anyways.
I don't think it's to that degree.
It's not, but it's going to hurt him more than it's going to help them.
Right now, the timing is just weird, because we're getting to that point in the season where there's only 20 or so games left in the season. Every game matters in terms of playoff positioning and, where you are in the standings.
Unless, again, I think Boston, the Knicks, and Cavs are conceding the number 1 seed to Detroit. And if you ask me, I think all 3 of those teams want to be the 4 seed.
So,
I agree.
Again, I don't love the matchup with Toronto, but that's a different discussion for another day. But nonetheless, it's like these games are all very important. Of course, we have the game upcoming on Sunday where the Celtics are coming to Cleveland. And they're trying for the regular season series sweep because it's only a 3-game series. Next season it'll go to 4, and then the years after it'll flip between 3 and 4. But I'm not going to get into all the schedule logistics and stuff right now. But, with some of these important games left, we got a possible finals preview last night between the Knicks and the Thunder. Boston still has to play OKC, I believe, in both Boston and OKC. So those are important games. So you want Tatum back for those.
Yeah, but those should be the games Tatum's coming back for, not for us. You said yourself he already swept us. So they already swept us. So in hindsight, it makes no sense. He's going to pop his Achilles again, and I don't wish this upon anyone. As much as I don't like Jayson Tatum, as much as I think he's corny, as much as I think he's not a great basketball player, I think he's a good basketball player. I don't wish injury upon anyone, and that's what it's going to be. He's going to pop his Achilles again. He's at home. We are at home on Sunday, correct? We are in Cleveland. That is an elevated floor that we've seen hurt people time and time again. Jayson Tatum is not explosive right now.
By the way, real quick, does somebody know why our fours? I know all NBA fours were the same.
The monsters. The monsters is why we're elevated.
But is like the Timberwolves 4 elevated? Is the United Center elevated?
Well, hold on, Brandon. The Minnesota Wild and the Minnesota Timberwolves do not share an arena. The Minnesota Wild have their own arena over in St. Paul.
Okay, well, that's what I'm asking. Like, I know the Bulls and Blackhawks share an arena. Is the United Center not elevated?
The Wizards and Capitals share an arena. You saw it yourself.
Yeah. Is that 4 elevated? That's my question.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it is.
Is it because of the ice? Like, this is a serious question.
That's what they say. They say it's because it's right by the out of bounds line. So I think that's what.
Yeah, because the ice.
I've never heard of this though
until
this year because some team complained about it.
Yeah, because who was it that tweaked their ankle?
Was
Luka.
Was it somebody in OKC?
Yeah. No, it was Luka.
No, it was Luka.
Yeah. You're
Also, side note, can we just did anybody see that clip of the announcer that went in on Luka? Said that he's a whiner and he is good, but he whines too much to be great. Did anyone see that clip?
No, I did not see that clip.
Dude, I couldn't agree more. He was like, Luka is one of the best scorers in the game, but he whines too much.
I mean, a long time ago, I know it was Colin Cowherd who said that he's basically a more talented Carmelo Anthony.
Can I just address this comment super quick about the 76ers?
Yeah,
They are not a threat in the Eastern Conference. They're about as big of a threat as the Milwaukee Bucks.
They're about as big of a threat as the Raptors.
It's just another it's another delusional Philly fan. It's another delusional Philly fan. That's all they are.
I'll say this: I know you were talking about the Raptors. I know some people want to talk about the Sixers. The team everybody should look out for right now is Charlotte.
I agree.
Yeah, what is going on with the Charlotte Hornets? They have become like dragon slayers. I'll be frank, if I'm the Celtics, the Cavs, or the Knicks, the last team I want to see in the first round are the Charlotte Hornets.
I agree. I mean, we'll see if they can get, can they maybe get into the 6th spot and avoid the stupid play-in?
Which they seem to love being in,
So